Hello, my name is Thomas Gabriel Chung. I want to thank the host and the whole team, the organizing committee of this program, Surviving the Night, for giving me the opportunity to share my experience, my story of how God has helped me to survive many nights. I wanted to be with you guys physically, but I'm not in the country, so I'll be sharing through this video, and I hope someone will be blessed by my story. So, there are many things to talk about. If I think about the past, about the things that have happened in my life, like I used to just thank God for what God has done to me. Currently, I am a master's student, a second year master's student, studying two master's degrees here in Russia, and I am the CEO of GT Merch. GT Merch specializes in making gifts using augmented reality, and by God's grace, we have a legal entity here in Russia. We are registered legally, and everything is going well. Yeah, so I will talk about my academic and my health life. Those are the two areas I was focused on. So I remember back when I was young, when I was a child, like childhood was difficult. When I was very young, I have had a lot of diseases, sicknesses that have affected me. In fact, when I asked my parents, my aunties about my story, it was a very pitiful story. They told me about some times when my body, like my complexion, would change. I would become like green. I have had all the skin disease you can mention. You can think of measles, chicken pox, smallpox, anything. Those things have caught me. It was difficult, and that was a period that many children were dying in the area. Many things were happening, so people thought that they were going to lose me. In fact, some people had given up on me and the rest. But I thank God for my parents that still persisted to take care of me so that I'll be alive. Those sicknesses, like they destroyed my skin. In fact, even when I was in secondary school, that was when I had chicken pox, pimples, and the rest. It scattered my face. If you see my face then, if you see all these dots and the rest of my face, because of all those things that happened to me, it was very bad that anytime I want to pray, my prayer point was that God should heal me of those sicknesses. It was so difficult. And I remember when we were still little, we went to go and play inside bush, and I don't know, went to play somewhere that wells, all these wells that they did kusa is steam. And so I fell inside one of them with my head. If you check the center of my head, then hair doesn't used to grow at the center, because when I was falling, I fell with my head straight. In fact, people thought I have died. Like the other children were playing with, they ran away because they didn't want to be the ones responsible for my death. And I was shouting inside that well, and there were tunnels underground. It was very dark. It was one of the most scary moments for me, and I was shouting. I was shouting in my language. There was a song we used to sing when we were kids. Magan Strays, Makorabe pad me. Like I have fallen inside the well. Someone should come and help me. So I was crying, shouting. I don't think nobody could hear me. And at that period, there was one river. I was like some few meters away. People were swimming, but they could not hear me. It was so difficult. So one of the boys that was chasing me, when I fell inside the well, I think he ran to go and tell people inside the town that I have fallen down. So they now ran to come and remove me from the well. I was injured, my whole body. My parents were not around. My mom was in the salon. My dad had traveled for work, so they had to take me to mining gate. That's where my mom's salon was. So they took me to the hospital there. That was one of the hardest moments I faced in my health. So it destroyed me. It scattered my mental health. It was so difficult. Concerning school, I remember there was a day I went to school. I attended St. Bartholomew Anglican Private School. That was my primary school. So when I used to go to that school, I was okay. I was not a serious student then, but I don't used to fail. You understand? I used to pass. So one day the headmistress came to the class and she asked me, "You, what are you doing here?" I was like, I came to school and answered that I've not paid my school fees. Why am I coming to school? I didn't know that my parents haven't paid my school fees. I was shocked. I was like, really? That yes, that I should pack my things and go back home. I was so sad because then I think we're doing a topic in mathematics. Mathematics used to be my best subject, or it's still my best subject, maybe. Yeah. So, and I like mathematics. So it was very painful that I was missing. And so everybody was just looking at me. I was just going, packing my things. It was so sad. I was so sad I was crying as I was going back home. I was crying. I was crying. So I was walking back home. Some people, like on the road, they saw me. Some people from their shop, they saw me, they called me. They said, "Am I going to school or going back?" I said, "I'm going back." What happened? I said that they chased me because my parents have not paid my school fees. They were yeah, they were like, see the small boy, he likes school but no fees. Some children have school fees but they don't like school. They were like, "Should go and beg my parents to pay my school fees." I knew then it was not my parents' fault. My parents were not financially stable. I know it was difficult for them. They tried their best to pay my school fees, but that period was difficult because anytime I wake up in the morning, we don't see our dad. My dad was not around because he has gone to look for money to pay our school fees. My mom was always stressing herself, going from one business, doing different businesses just to make sure there's money. So I knew it was not their fault, but I was so sad that the teachers, the headmistress could not understand me. So I was just crying, going back home. It was so difficult. I could not even go back to school again. So till my dad got the money to go and pay my school fees. So then I just had this desire that this thing should not be happening to me. I started looking like how can I get a scholarship? I started looking towards a scholarship. I knew it was not going to be easy for me to find a scholarship, but I just wanted a scholarship so that I won't be suffering my parents like this. I will attend school for free. So it went on like that, difficult challenges. When I went to Emmanuel International College, which was my secondary school, almost the same thing. It was so difficult. The school fees was very high. So I wanted a scholarship. But in Emmanuel International College, they have a program, they call it Proprietors Award. So this award is given to the best students in every class. Yeah, so you don't pay tuition fees. So in just one, I wanted to get that award so that I would reduce the load for my parents. Well, it was difficult. There was one girl that was always peppering me. Just two, same thing. Just three, the same thing. I was like, God, can you just answer my prayer? At least let me get it once to make my parents proud. I would end up getting like second position and the rest with plenty gifts. My mom was like, second is not still the best. I should be the best. So she was always challenging me, challenging me. My dad would be like, congrats, you did well, you got second position. Whoa. And then my mom was like, it's not the best. My mom used to make me angry. I was like, after all the hard work, and she's still complaining. But it was like a big challenge for me. Still, God helped me from SS1. I became the best student in my class, so I got that award. My parents didn't have to pay my tuition again. My JS2, SS2, sorry, SS3, till I graduated with one of the best YX results in the school by God's grace. So everything has been good. Even after I finished with that YX result, I did not still get admission in Nigeria. In fact, I stayed at home for 1 year. I was like, God, I got 9A1s in my YX. I didn't cheat. I trusted in you from the beginning to the end. Why am I still at home? So I thought I was wasting time, but I didn't know that God was cooking something better. Because sometimes when there's a delay, God is trying to prepare something better that we cannot see. So when everything God was preparing was ready, I finally got a scholarship to leave the country. And since then, my parents have not paid any dime again concerning my school since that time. So God has been through that scholarship, all my fees has been paid. Even now that I'm studying my master's degrees, all of them, the two master's degrees, they are on scholarship. And there are a lot of scholarships that I get. Some of them I just have to turn them down because I don't even need them again. You understand? So I would say that from beginning to the end, health wise and academic wise, I saw the hand of God. I always trusted God in those processes. And I thank God for my parents too, that they showed us God early in life. So we found God for ourselves and we learned how to trust in God. So that was what helped me to continue trusting in God even when I was facing the night time, that night period. So God helped me to survive the night. And I'm telling you, everyone that is listening to me, if you are passing through any night time, there's always light at the end of that tunnel. What you just need to do is to trust God in the process. Many night time are preparatory processes for God to launch us into what He has for us. So today, I will say that I have a company registered, I have businesses, I have different things working on in my life because I trusted in God in my night time. I didn't go somewhere else to look for solutions. If not, I would just maybe I didn't I suffered. I just found my way to go and bribe the university or something to give me admission. I will just remain in Nigeria and I will not know what I'll be doing by now. My life will be confused because my destiny for this period of my life is not there. But God had something better and I trusted in Him and He brought it to life. So to make this video short, I cannot tell you the whole history of my life in just some few minutes. I will just end here and I still want to thank the convener, the host and the whole committee that organized this program Surviving the Night. And I thank you so much for listening to my experience. Thank you. See you another time. Bye bye.